Rajat Shukla, who's the victim, Shraddha's very close friend, to give us a little insight and understanding into what really may have happened that went behind the murder of Shraddha. Rajat, thank you very much for joining us and speaking to India Today. Condolences going out to you as well. Rajat, you know, there's one question that has been left unanswered. Would you know why Aftab and Shraddha moved from Mumbai, which was their home city, to Delhi, a place where they know no one, but they moved to stay together, bought an apartment, were living in for a few months before he pulled off that murder? Do you know the reason for them to move cities?
So, as it was informed to us, in the month of March was when they were planning to shift to Delhi. And sooner after they did, Shraddha was out of reach. So, it was told to us that they are, shifting to Delhi for a job. However, after the missing thing, we certainly come or maybe speculate that, Aftab had some other plans.
Right. Give us some clarity, Rajat, on what was Shraddha doing, what kind of work was she doing while she was in Mumbai? What was Aftab doing? Were they employed somewhere, or was he jobless for that moment during that period?
Shraddha and I were friends during college days. Both of us, we wanted to be journalists. We were doing a bachelor's of mass media in Viva College, Vera. And but then, employment is definitely scarce. So, that maybe had been the reason because of which she switched to BPO. She was working in BPO in Goregaon. And she continued in there, and it is because that she was connected with the Aftab, both worked together or they met there is still a question, because we didn't really thought that, asking this is definitely important. However, we just saw that, there are two people who like each other, they are mature, they're, always eligible to stay together. We just appreciated, however, then Shraddha herself revealed that Aftab is being violent to her. He beats her up. And, there was a day when Shraddha had informed her childhood friend that, Aftab is also threatening her to the level that, she feels terrified that, he can also kill her.
So she had enough and more suspicion that this man was as violent and could take any extreme step to get rid of her. So if she knew that very well, we're still baffled to know that the lady Shraddha decided to still move with him from Mumbai to Delhi. Would you know, is there any concrete reason, as a friend, would you know, what was the real reason for Shraddha to have been with him despite knowing that he's so violent?
There would definitely have been something that would have kept her hooked with this person, and that reason might have been a big influence on her. And what that influence was, why that influence was on Shraddha, is something a secret, and I think that's gone with Shraddha.
For what we know that Shraddha and Aftab met through a dating app, anything would you know of the process of which that has gone behind their meeting? Once they met, did they get into a relationship immediately? Was there any information that Aftab may have given to Shraddha which has lured her, or was there any lie that was spoken that has got Shraddha hooked? Anything more that she may have confided to you or your friend circle?
So there was a sudden change in Shraddha, and that actually had made us suspicious. So it was informed to us in 2019 that they are dating. However, they were dating since 2018. That was later informed to us, they were into a secret relationship.
Rajat, a little word from you on Shraddha swearing ties with her own family. This is what the father of Shraddha has said to India Today, that Shraddha was fighting for Aftab, fighting to be with Aftab, and 5 months before the murder, she had sworn all ties with the family. She wasn't talking to them, and that's why they were not in touch with her for at least 2-3 months when she had gone missing. Is that right? Would you know of her fighting with her family and moving away?
Shraddha during the college days had informed that, she is not in very good terms with her dad. However, Shraddha used to stay with her mom and her brother, and she was not in very good connections with her dad then. And I don't know about the later scene after the college days, but till the college date, they were not in very great terms.
A little more about Shraddha, Rajat. From what the photographs that we see, she seems like a very happy-go-lucky person.
Absolutely.
As we remember her today, what would you like to say?
Anybody and everybody who knows Shraddha used to call her 4G. We used to call her 4G. She used to have a very different hairstyle. It used to be a 60 cut. She was a cool person, someone who stands out from the crowd, somebody who's active, energetic, that kind of a person. And if something of this sort really happens to this kind of a person, it really gives me chills. Whom to trust, and every person would have to be afraid now that, the person you think.
Yeah, of course.
Especially
if you're meeting someone on a dating app, you don't know what you're in for. This is a classic example. But a quick question, Rajat, would you know of Shraddha's past life? Was she dating someone right before Aftab? Was there a void in her life to such an extent that she had to embrace Aftab despite him being violent? Was this a rebound? Maybe, sometimes in a relationship.
I somehow think that, she was not very well connected with the family. Maybe she was too vulnerable.
Okay.
And it's then I think the entry of Aftab would have really influenced her.
All right. So you're saying her, saw ties with her family may have led to Aftab taking advantage of her. Was she vulnerable? How would you state or describe her mental state while you met her the last? When did you meet her last? And how was she doing then?
So 2019 was when I had met her the last. But I think during the college, between 2015, 16, 17, 18, she used to tell very, very few times she used to open up about the relations that, the rapport that she has with the family and stuff. So then she used to reveal that she's not in great terms, which is okay. Not everybody. So there are generational gaps and a lot of things that really makes it, tough for people to really gel up with families, parents, or whatsoever. But might be a love at that point of time can really play an impact. So I think because Aftab, after making doing such a brutal murder, I can very surely say that Aftab was not a lover. He just used love as a hook. He had some ulterior motives. Aftab cannot be a normal person. Aftab is definitely a professional criminal or maybe something more. This has to be investigated. And I really seek for justice. And I also hope and plead that, not just hang till death or, life imprisonment. People like Aftab should be also cut in 35 pieces.